And okay, we're live. I hear the ding of YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Dave with Home Server Show. This is my partner in crime, Mr. Jim Collison.
Greetings.
And this is an audio podcast. So anything on the text or the description of this YouTube, and you found it via searching, this is an audio podcast. This is just kind of a video. This is a means to pull Jim and I together.
Just an enhancement.
It's an enhancement. So check out the audio podcast. HomeServerShow.com. Thank you. I have to say that, otherwise people yell at me.
Oh, I know. I get it. I get it.
That was the suckiest 1 hour and 30-minute review I've ever seen.
It took too long to get to the point.
Exactly. Usually the topic, it's a 90-minute podcast, and I say, if you want the topic, fast forward to 8703.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
I've been getting some new comments lately. I think I picked up some new listeners on Home Gadget Geeks, and I've been getting some really positive stuff. The guys really like it. So They get it. You know, it's not for everybody. They get it.
Yeah, it's like
the ones that stay around. It's a community. I always tell them that. You're listening to this, you're listening for the community, I wouldn't say not for the content, because there's some good stuff here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You can definitely come in for one show and get something out of it, and that's always a good thing.
You're just not going to be like, this isn't like, I need to know how to set up a home server. I need a 3-minute video.
Right now, damn it.
Tell me what I need to know right now.
You suck, podcast boy.
Self-congratulatory backslapper.
Episode 100.
I wonder if that comment is still out there.
Oh, you gotta find it, Jim. That's good.
I will never forget that. Self-congratulatory backslapper.
Welcome to the show.
Let's see if that's still out there.
It was episode 100. I still feel like I need to explain.
God, we got so angry.
It was episode 100. It was a milestone.
Do you
And that was back in was that 2010?
I think it was.
Yeah. How many podcasts had episode 100?
Not a lot.
In year 2010.
Zadler had really pulled it all. I mean, he had contacted a whole bunch of people, and
he did.
Hey, let's congratulate Dave on, August 2nd, 2010.
See? 2010. And that's the thanks that he got.
I know.
Besides me yelling at him. I remember I yelled at him. What are you doing? I already contacted that guy. And that's when I drew the line too. I'm like, I'm never doing a giveaway ever again.
I know.
Oh, that drove me nuts.
Well, you must have deleted it because it's not out there anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I would save that.
It's not there. I'm on show 100. Episode 100 giveaway. August. Oh, this is the giveaway post. Hold on. Let's see if we can find the.
All right, we're reminiscing, kids. We're reminiscing. So I drug a whole bunch more news items into the post. So we'll have to get through those. Okay.
Thanks for the sound check, Brian. And Tony. I guess it's not really Tony.
Guys, SG Dave.
Silk Slayer.
Six Slayer, Jim, Rennie.
Pop-Tarts go back too.
Final Freak, you boys are going to want to hang around. I got some news for you. Let's
see, you don't have a post before.
Okay.
Let's go back here.
All right, let's do this.
Here we go. There's the podcast.
Make sure there's nothing funky on behind me.
Oh, here it is. I just took show 100 along with me on my morning walk. Your favorite phrase is "keeps me honest." Okay, how's this? Show 100 was utter crap. Totally content free. Not a single thing I would consider useful. Why call it home server show when it's just some guys sitting around saying, well done, thanks, you did well. Oh, no, it was all you. Oh, no, but it's thank you guys. On and on and on.
Oh, my God.
If you having no content, for goodness sakes, don't foist F-O-I-S-T 1 hour of self-congratulatory rubbish on people who are hoping for something called content. If I were your sponsor, I'd ask for my money back.
Dude, who is that?
Oh.
What's the name?
Steve J. Bellamy. Bellamy.
Steve J. Bellamy.
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 I
wonder if he has a... I mean, there's probably 5,000.
Yeah, July 30th, 2010. And then some folks jumped into... I think it was great. I think 100 was a great celebration show. And I want your sponsors like Icy Doc to know
but there's no
that
content.
they are gaining customers because of the involvement of the podcast. I work for MS Gold Partners supporting blah, blah, blah. So anyways.
Whoa, who was that?
That was my Mike T, MSSC.
Nice. Very good for him. Had our back.
He did have our back.
All right, so let's
the final one somebody said, Steve, I guess you could look at it this way. You're getting what you paid for. You paid nothing, so any value you get above nothing is gravy.
Gravy. That's awesome.
All right. Old times.
Good old times. Let's congratulate ourselves for another hour, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. This is the Home Server Show, episode number 280, recorded on April the 15th, 2015. It's tax day. Jim and I got a lot of news for you. Hang on for the ride. Welcome back to the Home Server Show. Yep, I'm your host, again, David McCabe. Mr. Jim Collison's joining me from the Average Guy Studios there in Bellevue, Nebraska. Jim, how are you?
Greetings, Dave, and holy crap, it's tax day. I forgot about that until you said something. I got to leave early tonight. No, just kidding, I don't.
Okay. I was like, okay, you got time.
No, I'm good. Taxes were done long ago, I'm good.
Okay. And we postmarked ours yesterday.
Oh, good call.
Funny postman. I go in there, I say, can you please cancel these with today's date? He goes, okay, I'll set that for April 19th. Click. I look up at him. He looks at me like, this is postal humor. I'm like, ha, 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 ha.
You're like, don't you be the postman. Don't be a comedian.
Postal humor. Jeez. All right, hey, Jim and I, off podcast, on the video podcast, you can get it. We were reminiscing about show 100. What a gas. Some of those comments were, we took show 100. This was in August 2010. We looked at it. And I asked Jim, I said, how many podcasts had 100 shows in 2010? So we took a show to reminisce, talk about the past, talk about the future. And we got some scathing comments. And what was your quote, Jim?
Oh, self-congratulatory backslapping.
Backslapping. Yes, there was some self-congratulatory backslapping going on.
Rubbish. Pure rubbish. No content.
No content. I got nothing for free.
That's right. Those were the good days. Cool.
That was awesome. That's back when Drive Extender was king and people would just tear into us for every little comment. That was pretty good stuff.
Yeah, they hadn't killed it yet, right? We were still months away from it being killed.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Yeah. Good stuff. All right, but this is Home Server Show. We are episode 280. And don't forget, I'm going to talk about this a little later, we are a member of the Geeks Network, thegeeksnetwork.com, for more high-quality podcasts like this one. Although I don't know if I should call myself high quality. How about go out and get some higher quality podcasts on the Geeks Network? You probably should just download them all. Search for them all, subscribe, download. Tonight's show is really not self-congratulatory, but it's like one of those catch-up shows, right?
Community. It's a community show, right? If you're part of the community.
Community catch-up. So I've got a lot of news for you. Not necessarily about like us or anything, but we are going to talk a little bit about Meetup. Um, I got some new details for you, and we're going to talk just like storage news. Hey, like we used to do. It's a podcast. Um, the schedule for the next couple of months looks really good, Jim. I know you've seen it. I know that we were jockeying back and forth on a topic tonight, but you definitely want to tune in next week. We're going to be talking Azure with Jim and Dwayne Robinson. Dwayne was here a couple weeks ago and did the HP microserver, not microserver, the HP Mini, and he's going to come back and he's going to talk Azure with Jim. And like I told them, both of them, I said, I'm going to sit back and throw out stupid questions every once in a while. So maybe I can learn something and use my Azure money. But we're going to be talking about that and all kinds of cool shows coming up in the next couple of months, which is kind of odd for me and Home Server Show. I've taken a while to like spin up this 2015. But usually summer kicks in and things slow down. But I'm going to try to make that opposite. We're going opposite world, and we're going to try to spin this thing a little faster. Okay, so having said that, before I get into a little bit of a Meetup announcement, I want to tell you about the Geeks Network, Jim, and I know you're aware of this. We added 2 new shows this past week. Actually, these guys have been they've been advertising the Geeks Network for probably better part of a year, honestly. It's just been kind of a slow ramp to get the Geeks Network site running, to get some of the background policies and procedures in place. I didn't want to like create a podcast network and just kind of willy-nilly it out there. Jim and I actually kind of have a plan. We've got version 1.0 kind of running, and we have upgrade like versions in place, goals that we want to hit. And you know, one of the first ones was to have a representation on the web. So if you go out to thegeeksnetwork.com, you can see all of the podcasts in that network, and I'm just going to list them to you. Home Server Show, Surface Geeks, the Agnostic Tech Podcast, Home Gadget Geeks, Cyber Frontiers. We're listing BYOB because there's still shows out there that you can get. I know BYOB has been on a hiatus, and I plan to have Mr. Mike Fauché on pretty soon to maybe we can beat him up about that, but I was hoping to have him do some QNAP stuff. But the 2 new shows are Geekinated and Missing Remote. Now, I know a lot of you guys know about the Missing Remote website. So missingremote.com, these guys have a great like HTPC media center, home theater type shtick, and the website is just fantastic. And honestly, I listened 2 or 3 weeks ago, Jim. I listened to a show of theirs, and it was just like media center like centric, right? And they were talking about HD home runs, and I'm like, man, this is just some cool stuff. It's a great show.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a listen. I haven't been. I remember they've been around for a while, and I remember thinking about listening to them a ways back, and I dabbled in it, but it's worth a listen now for sure.
Yeah, these guys are good, and they've started a new like I don't know if I want to call it a general tech show, but they mix in a little tech. They mix in like geek culture, like comic books and movies and beer and space geeks. I love being a space geek. So that's the show called Geekinated. So you probably should get that one too. Just a couple of cool guys, and I've been beating them up. Jim, Kyle Button, which is one of the guys on both shows. He lives in Minnesota. So I told him, I said, dude, you've got to get to Meetup. No excuses.
Yeah, for sure.
No excuses.
For sure.
So I'm very proud to add those new shows out there. The Geeks Network also comprises forums, and I've got Surface Geeks forums and the Home Server Show forums listed out there. I don't have any of the others yet, home automation forums. but I'll get that listed out there. I'm kind of waiting on a logo, to be honest with you. I want a nice logo for that forum. And there's a content.
We'll add open mic night here too, which is an Apple-focused podcast coming up as soon as we get a logo for that one. So Mike's going back to rework his logo, so it's got more Apple stuff in it. It's just like needs to be more Apple-centric. He had developed his when he first started his show, and he's that's been a journey podcast for him too, where he started with Apple because that's what he really loves, and then it went general tech, and then I asked him, hey, would you go back to Apple? We really would love to have you. It's just as an Apple-only podcast, and so he's doing that. He's joining me on Thursday nights on Home Gadget Geeks now, and then Tuesday nights he does this totally Apple. So if you're in that space, we'll be adding that. It's already available. Just go to omnpodcast.com, and we're just waiting for a logo to put them on the site.
Very good. Yeah. So we're adding. Right. A couple weeks ago we said we were going to add 3. That is the third one. So we're going to have a complete look at just the Apple ecosystem, which is kind of cool. It kind of rounds out our tech. And I'm excited about that one. I can't wait to get that one on the network, get that logo, we'll get that going, and we'll celebrate that one just as much. It's kind of the thing here when we add new shows. We have the existing shows talk about the new ones, so we can help boost their ratings and boost their subscriber rates. So and those new shows will also boost the network as well. They'll take one of their introductory shows and talk about all the podcasts. So that's kind of the behind the scenes work for the Geeks Network, and we got some really cool plans planned up for this. It's been a long time coming.
It takes a while to get it all put together.
It does, especially when you run.
You have family and jobs and that stuff.
If you run like I do, yes, it takes a while to get anything running. So
I guess we just appreciate everybody's patience.
Yes. So thank you guys. So some of the fruits of these labors is being able to combine efforts and kind of having mind share and audience share and hopefully someday sponsorship share. And I've been fortunate at Surface Geeks to have a couple of sponsors. I've been running some beta tests with forms, stats, the formulas to work out how much an advertiser should pay and how much you do the ads and stuff. So I've come up with this cool plan that I'm doing, and that is, I forget the numbers that I called it, but something that I don't like and I think I would like to move away from is the 5 to 7 minute ad for a product that is on, like, the Twit network, just for example. Leo Laporte, great, and he can sell a product, but he takes way too long to do so, and I always flip through them, Jim. I fast forward. Even if it's the most cumbersome thing to do, if I have to stop the mower, dig out my phone, unlock it, take off my gloves, whatever, I'll still do that just to get through that ad. So my idea is to do a 10-second intro in the top 3 minutes and a 1-minute ad in the top third of the podcast. I want to show the advertiser some value as well as the listeners some value. I value the listeners too, and I want you guys to hear the ads and kind of be a part of the ads, and we'll try to keep the ads, on target. And so, having said that, Surface Geeks has had a couple of partners, sponsors, and we've had some ads. So, and I'm really proud to announce for the month of April, April's almost over, but April and May, on Home Server Show, we have Synology as an advertiser. The Synology. Those guys that make the cool killer NAS boxes that, you can, do I have, yeah, I've got a Beyond Cloud right behind me over here. You can see it. But Synology is sponsoring the podcast, and they're also sponsoring the blog and the forums. So it's not an ad for them tonight. I'm just kind of announcing their sponsorship. But head out to the blog, homeservershow.com. There's an ad on the top of the website for Beyond Cloud. Click it. go read about Beyond Cloud. It's a very cool new NAS service from I need to look at these tweets, Jim. What's going on?
No, people are just retweeting that we're live.
Yeah. What? There it is. That's one of my failures. Look at that. Jose Ortiz is in Twitter. Blast from the past. Hey, if you're not failing, you're not trying, right?
And he specifically mentioned adding Apple, which was going back to, we're adding an Apple podcast. Dave, you had made a run at the Apple ecosystem,
I
and
did.
it just there was a lot to do.
Yeah, I made a run. I called it adding Apple, and I had some help from Jose. And what we were trying to do is, Apple was blowing up at the time, and this was years ago. Years ago, we're always ahead of the curve, Jim. We're always ahead of the curve. And I was like, what do Windows guys do when they go buy a MacBook Air, or their daughter or their son brings home a MacBook Pro? How do you add that into your ecosystem? And that was my angle, and it just never took hold. It just really never did. So we just killed it. I think I even gave up the URL. What if we adding com? Dead. I don't know who owns it. So that's cool. Looking forward to having Synology on board, and very proud to have them as a sponsor. So I got some allergies going on here, Jim. I was outside at baseball practice all day. So before we get into like real content, I need to tell you about Meetup. So Meetup 2015. Guys, if you're listening to one-off podcasts and tuning in, or you're a new listener, I apologize for all the cruft here at the front. We'll get to some stuff soon. But you definitely want to learn about Meetup. Meetup is an annual gathering of the Home Server Show, Surface Geeks, and the Average Guy.tv. I don't know. You have Geeks, Jim. Home Gadget Geeks.
Oh, yeah.
Home Gadget Geeks.
Yes.
So, and all fans of these podcasts of Jim's and mine kind of gather in Indianapolis, and we have our annual meeting. And what we do is just kind of geek out. We pick some topics to talk about, and we have some, we have storage. People bring servers, people bring TVs and stuff they want to show off, projects they've been working on for the last year. It's really a great time. We head over to Fry's, we head over to the Microsoft store, and we have a great time. It runs Friday to Sunday morning. And this year, it's going to be September 11th. I apologize about the date, but we shouldn't have a stigma about that date. September 11th, which is a Friday. September 12th is the actual meetup. It'll go from 8 a.m. to about 6 p.m. And then there will be festivities after. And then on Sunday morning, we'll gather for a breakfast, and then you're free. You can go about your lives, return home, or enjoy the sights here in Indianapolis.
Usually I go back to Dave's and I take a nap.
That's right.
That's become the tradition of late.
Yep, that is right.
No game on Sunday, right? No, or do we know yet?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
We don't know yet. So if there's a football game, then yeah, we might be going to a football game. Okay, so every year we kind of wait for things to be official. I'm going to call it official this Saturday. So I'm going to say this Saturday's the 19th. No, the 18th. So wait till the 18th, and it'll be official. I'm going to try to get a post out. I can't guarantee anything because I've got family coming in this weekend. But it's all but signed. The ink is not dry yet. It's almost signed. It's not dry. It's kind of signed. September 12th. So you can start looking at your airfare for the 11th through the 13th, and we'll be at the same location. Okay. I know we had a lot of chat about moving, but the thing is the more I stay in this one location, the more powerful we become. I can get the venue for cheaper and I also worked a better rate for the hotel. So I mean, I think last year was either 109 or 119. I can't remember what the rate was. It was over $100 per night. So I've asked them for a block of rooms for September 11th and September 12th at $89, and they went for it. So the rooms at that venue are $89, and this venue is it's actually a Holiday Inn Express.
It's a nice one though.
It sounds kind of weird to say
No,
that.
I don't think so at all. It's a nice one.
Yeah, it is.
They redid it. Got a great lobby. We party in the lobby on Friday night. I mean, it's a good deal. We shouldn't leave. I like it.
Yeah, no, it is a great place, and as some of the folks who have stayed there and have been there before will tell you, it's a great place. It used to not be a Holiday Express. It used to be its own kind of hotel, and it was real like fancy and schmancy and really cool. So they sold to Holiday Inn Express. Have a nice continental breakfast there, and I'll provide you breakfast, and I'll provide you lunch, and a meetup, and some good times. So what I want you to just kind of chill. This is your official announcement to start looking at your travel arrangements. But until I say go, don't book anything. I don't foresee any changes. I have the contract in my grubby palms. I have it. I just have not returned it to that venue. So until I return it to them, it's not like set in stone. So I want to make sure everything's cool. What else, Jim?
No, that's good. Just start getting ready.
Yep.
Start getting ready.
We have been doing Eventbrite.
Yeah.
And I think they charge an access fee in order to do that for every ticket. Now, I'm going to charge for Meetup. If you've never been to one, I used to do it for free. And I would get all these signups, and then I would get cancellations or no-shows at the last minute. And that was after I'd, put a hefty amount of money down for food, and always had a lot of food left over. So this year, as well as last year, I'm trying to target the people that I serve. So I have an exact number, and I'll buy that exact amount of food. So I don't want to waste a lot of food. I don't want to waste a lot of money, to be honest with you. And so expect a nominal entrance fee. It's going to be $25. It's probably going to be $25. But I think I'm going to manage it myself this year, Jim. I probably will do it via a PayPal. And I'm going to look. I mean, PayPal is, I think, 3%. If you gift it, it's
Zero.
free.
Yeah.
It's zero.
Yeah, we should just have everybody do that.
Yeah, or I'll give you my address. You can just drop a check in the mail. I'm fine with that. I don't care. We got plenty of time until September. But that saves me from having to pass along the fee to you or pay for the fee and raise the amount, So just a bunch of junk when we do it that way.
Yeah. No, I think paying the fee is good. It worked out really well last year. Numbers were a little bit smaller, and actually that's good for that room. At 50, it was a little tight. At 35, it was just the right size.
Yeah. Yes, I think so. It was good. 35 people. That is 35 people made travel arrangements. Most of them flew in from other places, so
yeah,
it's something that you can do too. If you're listening, you can do this too. You can attend Meetup. You won't regret it. I guarantee you, it's a good time. We have a great time. More on that later. So, Jim, I want to kind of start in on the news, and I have this. It's a favorite service of mine, yet I rarely use it. That's kind of weird to say that, but it's called Otixo. It's so Otixo.com. Now, what Otixo is it's like a cloud-to-cloud base service. So if you have, I'm going to open it up real quick. Otixo. If you have files in copy.com and you have files in OneDrive. And let's say you're going to dump OneDrive, or you're going to dump copy.com, and you want to like copy everything over from one of those services to the other one. If you have Otixo, you can do that via the cloud. It never, like, you would like, it'd be crazy bandwidth. If you uploaded everything to copy.com, let's say they raise their prices or something, and you want to move that over to OneDrive, that's a lot of effort to do that from your home network, especially if you have a cap. You can do that in the cloud with Otixo. And so I'm using it. I have my S3 bucket loaded, copy, Evernote. Evernote is out of beta. If you are like entrenched with Evernote, and if you lost that stuff, it would be devastating. You can back that stuff up. You can create a little job and back that stuff up to your OneDrive if you want to. I also use cloudhq.com to automate Evernote to OneDrive as well. But I think it'll do Facebook as well. It's got FTP, it's got WebDAV, Google Drive, OneDrive, Picasa, you name it. It's got services for you. It's got a couple of extra services like Box,
Cubby, SugarSync, Amazon S3.
Yeah, Box, Dropbox. I mean, that's one of the big
ones. OwnCloud, which is interesting. So it'll do with OwnCloud as well. So yeah, they've got a lot. They don't have MediaFire, which I requested that they look at that in this. You're going to talk about the deal. I took advantage of the deal and then said, could you guys please add MediaFire?
That's what you do. Pay them a little money and say, hey, I would like this. Yeah. I guarantee you that you're not the only one who's asked. So they have a form that says if you want something, just ask us. And so they probably gather up what's the most important to all of their customers. And maybe they work on it. And they work with MediaFire. So yes, there is a deal, Jim, and I wanted to share this with you guys because it does cost money. You can get this service for free. You can load all of those services for free into your Otixo, but you can only copy one file at a time, and that's a pain in the butt. You're not going to get anything done one file at a time. But let me. How much is this thing to begin with?
Yeah, so typically the premium, if you're going to pay, they just have free and premium. Monthly $4.99 on an annual yearly basis. I guess annual and yearly mean the same thing. $47.90,
which comes to $3.99 a month. So for $4 a month, if you pay up front, you're going to get all this cloud-to-cloud goodness. Now they also have some collaboration, and it's called Spaces. And you can add a collaboration space for you and some extra folks. And you can have activities, you can share files, and it's kind of like a little virtual whiteboard, like right in front of you, where you can do all kinds of things together in this space. And the free account gives you 1. The paid account, I think, gives you 5. And the deal that I'm talking to you about, and I will put a link in the show notes, is they've got a coupon code called 99 cents. And if you sign up before April 30th, this is 2015, you can get 3 months of Otixo for just 99 cents a month. So if you wanted to try this, this is a great way to try it. 99 cents a month. I wish there was some way I could say, hey, Home Server Show sent you. I wish there was some way we could do that. Maybe we can just all email them. Say, hey, you should give some free accounts to the Meetup. But I signed up too, Jim. I threw my credit card down. I got my 3 months for 99 cents. I think it might be recurring. I don't know. I'm going to have to look.
Yeah, I got the first invoice, charges you $4.99, takes $4 off, 99 cents. I'm anticipating the next invoice and the next invoice, same exact deal, and then it'll drop the $4.99 plan. And my plan has been to move my pictures. I want to get, I got all these pictures on OneDrive, and I got all these pictures on Picasa, which is the Google Drive, and I want to move those onto Box to store them there. I've got a ton of space on there. I'm actually run out of space on my Google Drive. Right, they give you 15 gig.
Nice.
I'm at 14.8. So it's like, and I don't want to buy it. There's no sense in buying it when I got 100 gig at Box, right? And so I bought it to move to archive those, pull those photos off my Google Drive or Picasa. It hasn't complete here. It's already integrated. So Google, that's all integrated. But here on this service, they're still using the Picasa API to get in there. But that's my plan. I thought 99 cents. Yeah, why not? For 3 months, give it a roll, get those pictures moved.
Pretty much the same scenario for me. I've got huge uploads to copy.com, and I'm going to zap those over to OneDrive, Jim. I live in OneDrive now, and that is going to be my service of choice. I may even just drop copy. I've got 300 gig there almost.
Yeah, got tons of space. I hate to give it up. I kind of use them just so I stay in touch with them, right? So that I kind of know. We talk about them from time to time. We do cloud about once a quarter here, and so I like to hold on to them just to kind of know what's going on. Well, if I hadn't, I signed up for Otixo. We've talked about that for the last year or so. I signed up for that, and if I hadn't, I wouldn't have gotten the email that said, "Hey, we're running a special deal." So.
Absolutely. So that's kind of my plan. You can use it for whatever you want. I have yet to set up anything with my Evernote. Like I said, I'm using a different service, cloudhq.com. So it's pretty much the same as Otixo. I'm waiting for one of these guys to get OneNote. I would like to see OneNote in there. I think that would be good as well. And I'm going to move completely into OneDrive. I like having everything there. I wonder if I could, it'd be cool if I could get my music out of Amazon and do a cloud to cloud to OneDrive.
Yes. Yeah.
That would be bonus.
Yes, that would be a huge bonus for sure.
So they have a cloud called Amazon.
I think it's S3.
Well, there's an S3 button too.
Okay.
So I'm doing it right now.
While you're looking into that, you mentioned Cloud HQ. There's a couple other ones too we've mentioned in the past. Multcloud, MULTCLOUD, multcloud.com. They also do this type of service. And then Joli, Joli, Joli Cloud. There are also these cloud-to-cloud services. So just while we're kicking those all around out there, those are kind of the ones we've talked about in the past.
Okay, so I just added Amazon, and it's cloud. So it is the Amazon cloud. I see.
Do you see your music folder?
Well, it's synchronizing.
Oh, okay.
And it's taking a while, so this makes me think that is my music.
Yeah, that would be a great way to get your music. Because getting your music out of Amazon Cloud, the music player, is a little messy. I mean, you can do it, but it's messy. I went the route of I moved all my music to Amazon. I deleted it locally. I'm like, you know what? I'm spending way too much time backing this stuff up and all that. I just move it to Amazon. And that's really worked well for our family. They all, everybody on their phone now has a shared Amazon music player that we use, comes off my account. I can share it up to 10 devices. And so my daughter and my wife and myself and a couple of our phones, and we actually got to the point where we had to delete a whole bunch of accounts and then wait. You got to wait a couple weeks or a month for them to drop off. We had all our old stuff, and when we got our new phones, we had to decommission those and wait. So at the beginning of this month, that became available. We all put it on our phones, and man, it works great. It's a great way. We buy music most of the time we buy it on Amazon, and so that automatically goes up to the cloud. And like I said, I share that account with my daughter and my wife, and across our devices. And that's just super slick. And if you want to download it through the music player, you can download it to your local device there, and have it available offline if you want to. It's just a great way to listen to music and it not be iTunes. And so that has worked. But there have been times, Dave, especially because the Microsoft offerings have gotten so good with music recently, and I wanted to try a bunch of things too, where I'd create the music folder in OneDrive and then throw all my music in there. I'm rethinking that. I might start moving music into OneDrive just again so I can talk about it. But this would be a great way to do it.
Absolutely, and it's there, Jim. It just refreshed. I've got 262 folders, 29 gig of music on Amazon. That's my music. That's
Yeah.
my stuff that I uploaded to
Oh, I'm
them.
gonna have to do that too then.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
So
call.
that is awesome. I wonder what I'm going to have to do is see if I
So
can get.
you use the Amazon 3 icon for that?
No, I use the plus on my cloud services.
Right.
Add a new cloud service, and at the top there's featured. My featured has Amazon
Oh,
Box,
yeah.
Dropbox, and Google Drive.
Staring me right in the face.
Bam!
Yeah. Boom.
And it couldn't go any faster. I threw in my Amazon credentials
Yeah.
with
Well, shoot
LastPass
'em.
filled
Yeah,
in.
that's just did it for me. LastPass just brought that in. Welcome to unlimited photos. And here's another thing, right? So now Amazon's offering unlimited photos. I could move. So I was just talking about moving them to copy. Well, I should probably move them to Amazon. That would make more sense than anything else.
The cool thing about moving them to Amazon is if you have a Fire Stick or a Fire TV box, you can have the screensaver pull photos.
Yeah.
And so that's like when I did my 5-year-old's birthday to 6-year-old when he had his 6-year-old birthday. I just made a folder called Max, and I just pointed the screensaver to that folder, and it just rolled everything of him, a special day for him. And I can see that folder in my Otixo. It's there. So
Yeah. The other advantage to Otixo that I really like is when you're on the main cloud service page, the storage info is very, very clear. Now, one of the other ones actually gives you pie charts, but this says you got 5 gig and 5 gig available, 97.8 gig of 100 gig available. It's a really nice place to come and manage all your cloud services and not go to them individually. Come to this page, manage it. I think it's Jolie Cloud, that has the little pie charts, which are kind of cool, little visualizations. But this is, after using this, it's like I should just stop, go to, when I'm working with customers in Dropbox, instead of going to the Dropbox site to do it, I should just have this open, drop it in there, right? Done. It's all there. It's all in one. It's all centralized. And so a great way for anybody who's got a lot of cloud storage to kind of keep it managed, and if you're getting close on your cloud storage stuff.
another cool thing about this is there's apps for every platform.
Right.
Windows Phone even. Windows, they have a modern UI app. So if you like that modern UI, you can get an app for that. I'm looking at the website right now.
Yeah, you don't see that icon very often that says download from Windows Store.
Yeah.
It's got Google Play, App Store, available on the App Store.
Windows Store.
Download from Windows Store, and download from Windows Phone Store as well, right? It's got both those, and I think those are probably merged. So they're pretty progressive.
So where this comes in handy is if okay, 2008, I took a photo in August. All you got to do is just open your Otixo on your app, go back to your 2008 folder, your August folder, and scroll through the thumbnails, find it, tap it. It's on your phone. Bam, you can download it, you can email it, text it, whatever you got to do, you have it. And that's why I like having all my stuff out in a cloud somewhere. Just somewhere where I can get a hold of it. I like that.
Yeah. Tim asks, will Amazon upload the photos in RAW format? I don't think they care about the format. If the cloud service is accepting it in that format, boom, it should take them. I don't think they care.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it would matter.
So I'm looking at my availability. I have OneDrive. OneDrive says I have 455 gig total. So I've got plenty. And that's what I'm going to put everything on. And I just recently added FTP, Jim, so I can get to my website's FTP via my Otixo, which is kind of cool. Right. If I was on my phone or a tablet, I can FTP in and look to see if a backup directory is getting full. Like I run backups, and sometimes those things get stuck out there in a folder. They don't get pulled down to my server correctly, and it craters the website because there's a folder that's cratered the entire hard drive. Boom. So, yes, I should manage that better, but that's happened before.
A lot of guys ask about web dev too, and that's available as well.
It is. I think only if you pay, though, Jim.
You have to have the premium.
Yeah, you have to have the premium. And I want to look at doing the spaces as well. There's items, activities, and additional collaborators. Wonder if I can add. I have a space called Dave Space. Collaborators. Hit the pencil. Did you use your Yahoo?
Yeah, but you can use the Yahoo account.
Yahoo.com. Dave Space. Woohoo! Oh, I've invited you to my collaboration space.
Let's see if that pops up for me here.
And then we can see what this thing's all about. I mean, you could use it for show notes, I guess.
Or, in a Dropbox-like fashion, if you wanted, if you don't like to use Dropbox, this is their own. You have your own.
Yeah. So you record audio on your side, I record it on my side, and we merge it. And
drop it here. I'll send you a note. Hey, drop this here. The advantage to that is that, say we are doing a double ender, and you can then take my version, I upload it to your space, and then if you want to move that to another service, you're not taking the bandwidth hit on it.
Exactly. It's out there.
Yeah, it's already there, and then you can just move it, you can just move it to another service. So
and put it where I want it. Or if someone,
including
if you say someone, I guess it would still be as difficult as saying, hey, send someone to Dropbox, but I don't have Dropbox. What do I do?
Well, there's just some people who hate Dropbox.
Sure.
They're like, you say Dropbox, and like, oh God, I'm not going to do Dropbox. That's not secure and blah 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 blah. These guys, this is secure, right? And so, it's a secure solution and doesn't have the problems Dropbox has, or at least the reputation problems. I haven't gotten anything yet, so we'll see. We'll monitor that throughout the show.
Yeah, and maybe it goes to your email. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll check. And there it is. So I'm going to join Dave's space. It's going to take me back there, and now I see in my spaces, not to be confused with my space. This is my spaces.
My spaces. So it lists a space under yours.
Yeah. So in my spaces, I see Dave's space. I see my own. I see new. It says create a new space.
Right.
And I see items, activities. And so you get a little bit of a tracking log of what's going on in this space, right? Those are activities, and I see collaborators, and I'm the collaborator here with you.
Oh, I see that in activities.
Yeah.
Items.
So I could come over here. Let's open this back up, and I'll drag a file in there. How about we?
That's what I tried. I tried to drag a file into items. I don't think it worked. Did it work for you?
No, it didn't work for me.
So we're at the expense of you, the podcast listener.
Yes, we're figuring it out as we go. I haven't used these spaces yet, but interesting.
Yeah, we have to figure this out because I don't see any way to get items in there. I see collaborators, activities. It's like a log. We'll figure it out.
Dumb. That would seem dumb if you couldn't upload.
Dave Space, My Spaces, Dave Space, items. Yeah, it's not real. Okay, so we don't like MySpaces. We don't like collaboration, but we like cloud to cloud. There you have it. I've got a Facebook thing in my cloud services, but it says it's currently offline. I think that would be a kind of a cool way to go grab your Facebook stuff if it worked.
Well, that's the other trick too, right? Facebook sometimes doesn't have a good way to get your data out. And pictures especially, right? I take a ton of pictures on my phone and then I just upload them directly to Facebook. And so
I had to reauthorize it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. From time to time, it's going to make you reauthorize these accounts. I've noticed that as I've gone back in over time. Sometimes they drop off. So
yeah.
It's just go in and maybe if you change your password, or it's just Facebook might say, hey, you have to reauthorize this.
Yeah.
This this API call from time to time.
I think that's what happened.
But it's a great way to go in there as well and just see. I can see all the pictures that I've ever uploaded to Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a pretty easy, again, another easy way to get to them.
I like that. I can see in just a folder. Boom. Here's my Facebook.
Yeah, no, super easy. If you're trying to navigate your pictures in Facebook, it's a nightmare, right? I mean, it's just terrible. It's not meant it's not a file structure. It's meant to be viewed, right? They don't care.
And it puts it in folders for you.
It does. That's how it's organized on Facebook.
And look at that. There's profile pictures. And I know some of the people I follow on Facebook, they change their profile like daily. Like every new hairdo is a new profile picture, right?
Yeah.
So I guess if you wanted those, there's tons of them. Boom. I wonder if you can drag from, let's see, items. That's it. I just dragged one of my Facebook profile pictures into the collaboration items.
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
So it needs to be in a cloud.
Right. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, because I was trying to bring it from the desktop, and that wasn't working. But yeah, if I can grab here, I'll go out and.
Oh, and there's a preview window. You can click preview. You can comment on it. Oh, that's cool. All right. Yeah. Otixo, Otixo.com. There's really no reason for you not to try it. 99 cents for the next 3 months. But you got to do it before April 30th. And the coupon code, don't forget the coupon code. Let me make sure, it's 99 CENTS. So yep. 99 cents.
Yep.
In caps. Okay, Jim loaded.
Yeah.
So I can click yours and I can hit preview. Oh, it's your wife naked. Oh. No, you didn't upload the wrong one, Jim. So it's you and a mountain of bicycles.
Yeah, that was on my 40th birthday. We went for a 40-mile bike ride.
Nice.
Yeah. So some friends of mine, 2 friends, they had a tandem. They had a bicycle built for 2, and so they rode tandem with me.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I can comment on that. Close. So, and now you can see that there's comments. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. All right. Okay. I'm going to warn all members of the Geeks Network and listeners of any podcast in the Geeks Network. There's a certain event happening next week that Jim and I got emails of today. And I can't tell you how uber excited I am. We've been talking about these Amazon cloud services, and if it wasn't for OneDrive, I would be completely in bed with Amazon. I am an Amazon fool. I buy TV, I buy music, I buy just stuff daily. I'm an Amazon Prime user. And the only thing I don't have is a tablet and a phone because I don't like them. But, Jim, we got our email today. I know you're verifying yours. I verified mine. My ship date for my Amazon Echo moved from May to April 21st.
Yeah, I was checking my email today, and I was like, I'm going to get mine Monday the 20th. I'm going to get it before you.
Nice.
Nice. So next Monday. It was one of those things I kind of forgot I'd ordered it. It's like, what did I order from Amazon? You get that note, and I'm like, what did Sarah buy again?
Yeah.
And so I'm getting ready to go in there and chastise her, and I'm like, oh, it's the Echo. Sweet.
So that's twice they've moved our dates up.
Right.
And I don't know if you've noticed, but they have. Let me go to Amazon.com/Echo. They've added services to this thing since we first looked at it. So you can now play Pandora stations if you're a Pandora fan. You can now inquire about traffic. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how well it works, but you can inquire about traffic. You can now inquire about sports and team events. So you could say, do the Colts play on September 13th, 2015? You can ask that kind of question. And you can also, which is very cool, we've been waiting for them to do some things like this, is do some connected home stuff.
Yeah.
They are, the Echo is now talking to a Belkin line of products, which is a Wi-Fi product. Switches, I call them lamp switches. You plug them into the wall, you plug a lamp into it, and you say, hey, Echo, turn off the lamp. Boom, it does it. It also, so that's Wemo, and Philips bulbs. So Philips bulbs are connected, and you can turn those on as well. That is really cool.
And the webpage's changed, which this is what I love about Amazon and the way they customize it. Except I did buy a Fire Stick that was for me, and then a friend at work said, "Oh, I was going to buy that, and I missed it for Christmas," and so I gave it to her to give to her husband for Christmas. Right. And I was like, "I'll get another one." Well, when he turned it on, it was like, "Hey, welcome, Jim," and he was like, Jim. "Jody, should you be telling me something?" And she's like, "Well, I got it from Jim because I'd ordered it one of the early, on the $20 deals."
Right.
And but on the Echo page, it says, "Thank you for your purchase. Learn how to set up your Echo." So that's cut over. I imagine once it's validated that it's shipping, then they cut that over on your homepage and says how to set it up. So yep. I'm excited. Remember, if you don't remember, we've talked about this before. This is the first gadget like this that my wife said, "Oh, I would use that." We talked about this on the Home Gadget Geeks Facebook page. Tim Black had asked, "Is there any use for this thing?" And Sarah lit in like, "Oh, I can't wait to get this thing." It was just an odd moment when we had a geek saying, "Why would you use this?" and we had a normal person saying, "Oh, I'd use this all the time." So she'll be the test. I think once it gets here, she'll be the one. When I write a review on this thing, she'll be the one that I'll gauge it off of.
Good. Yeah, I'm interested to see as well, and I'm ready to introduce it to my family. My family doesn't even know it's coming because they are accustomed to Ubi. So the home automation assistant Ubi, which Ubi is on a table somewhere in about 4,000 pieces. That whole curiosity thing. Yeah. I took it apart.
You looked under the skirt, didn't you?
I did.
Ubi, old man.
Yeah, she's in pieces. Oh. I'm like, if you put a Torx screw on a device, that tells me that you don't want me in it. I've got every Torx screwdriver known to man, so I'm going to open it. So I'm just warning you. And look, in fact, right here on my desk, there's a nice Torx screwdriver. No, this is straight slot, but I have a whole drawer full of Torx and little things. I'm excited. I'm excited about Amazon. I'm excited because I have playlists in the cloud. I can't wait to have Echo, Alexa, or whatever she's called, play music.
Well, and it integrates with TuneIn, and there's a lot of podcasts out on TuneIn, so you can, you can go out there, you can get podcasts that way too.
Yeah, TuneIn, Pandora,
NPR,
iHeartRadio, and plus your Prime Music. So if you have Prime, I can't wait.
Like I said, we're big Prime Music.
Yeah.
Yeah, playlists. Sarah's got all kinds of playlists. So today, we've got a HP TouchSmart in the kitchen, a 21-inch touchscreen all-in-one. That's her computer. And almost every time I'm in there, she's in there working on the computer, and she's got music on. And so I think what will happen is we'll now push that music over to the Echo, and she'll just have her playlist. She can create them on the computer, but she'll have Echo playing them. I bet that's what's going to happen from here on out. And she'll say play and pause or skip or next song, that kind of stuff. That I have a feeling I'm seeing, because it's going to go. Echo's going to start in the kitchen. Although one review I read, he said he started in the kitchen, went to the bedroom, ended up in the bathroom. He said that's where he found it was in the center of the house. It just made the most sense in the bathroom. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I can see that because you interact in that room in the morning for some time, and that's where you could
Right, you're moving in and out of that thing. I mean, think about it in the times for most people, right? In the morning time,
Hmm.
that's really the most common room you're in and out of as you're getting ready to go.
Yeah,
And in
you can
most
check
houses, it's
traffic.
in the middle. Right. Yeah, you're walking by the hallway and it's there, and you just say, hey, Echo, what's the traffic on my way to work?
Yeah.
Whatever, however
So
that's going to work.
it's going to be kitchen for us, and I do that because I would like the boys to be able to ask it questions because you can ask it, like Wikipedia type or when's Lincoln's birthday, things like that. So you can do things like that. I can't wait to have it do that, and I can't wait to see what else they do about it. So now that we don't have it yet, and we've talked about it for 10 minutes, just look out once I have this thing, and we'll be able to share. Hopefully, everybody else is getting one too, and we can have a little Echo Club.
It'll be kind of fun. It's been fun to mess with Ubi for sure. You and Kevin have been big. You've had those, and we've goofed around with Ubi. Kevin's gotten his Ubi to do a lot of stuff, especially talk on podcasts. But this will be fun to get this into the community and have some real. And like I said, I think Sarah will really use this thing. I mean, I think she's going to make a real run at it.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun to do that. Well, one of the things I've been doing more and more with Waze is I just turn that on when I get in the car now. It's just a habit. And it says, "Hey, you're going to work?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then it maps it, and if it needs to divert me, it will before I get to where I need to go. And so I will probably get in a habit. I make the kids lunches when I get up, go in, get the kids lunches made, and while I'm making lunch, I'll probably start getting in the habit of saying, "Hey, what's the weather today?" Just to get that daily weather report. I could get it off my phone, right? I could just go there in a couple clicks, but just to have it, Echo, tell me the weather, and then as I'm eating breakfast, hey, tell me what my traffic is like on the way to work, and get that even earlier advanced, notification.
Yeah. And Alexa, I'm feeling rather dapper today. Please start my Twisted Sister playlist.
Exactly.
You're slinging peanut butter. We're not gonna take it. No, we're not gonna take it.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. Slinging peanut butter.
Slinging peanut butter. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm excited about it, especially $99 purchase. It was a no-brainer.
Oh, yeah. That's the best purchase I've felt about in a while.
Yeah, I remember I got the invitation to purchase when I was in CES. So I was like a day late.
Wow.
I didn't get my purchase in, and I totally would have got it earlier. I probably have it by now. Dang it. All right, we got some.
Well, Dave, before you go on to that, though, let me just say, right, they keep updating it. So be glad in some ways, right? It's better today than it was 2 months ago in that first version that came out. You might have tried it and went, eh. I mean, think about the integration with the lights wasn't there.
True.
When we first ordered it. The app wasn't as sophisticated. There's an Amazon Echo app that you can use that wasn't as sophisticated. Pandora, it was just coming online. So there's some, I think there's some really cool things that now it's going to be even better. So I wouldn't be too disgruntled. I'm kind of glad it's outside the hype cycle. They had that big burst of a hype cycle, and now
Absolutely.
yeah. So I'm kind of glad it comes at a good time.
I'm reading the chat room.
The chat room, yeah.
Got him started.
Echo, how do I fix my marriage?
Exactly.
Stop podcasting so much.
I am not qualified to answer that. Please, Jim.
Maybe you should do a few less podcasts, you jackass.
I have an array of 7 microphones.
Exactly.
Would you like to talk about something else? Jim, you're making me uncomfortable.
I'm going to shut down now.
How about a nice game of chess?
Would you like to hear some Michael Bublé?
There you go. There you go. Paul Thurrott has got a nice article out on Thurrott.com about unlimited cloud storage from Amazon. How does that compare to OneDrive? I'm going to put that link in the show notes. That's a pretty cool link. And make sure in the show notes there. We've already ran over an hour. I'm going to go through a couple of these. There's a post on Home Server Show about a couple of new launch boxes of Synology. Synology, they have like, I'm not going to say these are entry level. I'm not going to peg them as entry level, but they're ARM based. So they're ARM processors. They're not Intel based processors. So they kind of get this stigma of value and entry level, but they're not entry level. I mean, this thing is a 5-bay NAS, or it's a really nice rack station if you need a rack mount rack station. And so this quad-core ARM processor is, I think it sounds great. I would like to see what it can do, what the apps it can do, and how well it can fit into the. I hate it when Flipbook puts this crap.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to block him out.
Well, he got that went through yesterday, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna podcast like that until he goes away. So there he's gone.
There you go.
Audio listeners, I'm talking about my Twitter wall behind me. It just flips back and forth, and the Boston Bomber guy his picture was all over there. So look for that post in the show notes. Look for that post on homeservershow.com. You can find that pretty easily. A couple of new boxes there. Good to see that they're putting out some, I would say, upper-level NASs in storage for a good entry-level price. So there's if you run Synology, there is another disk station manager update. So I think it's update 4 if I'm not mistaken, but fixes some vulnerabilities, so you want to definitely get out there and check that out. I will try to put that link in the show notes as well. If you run a Synology, it's already told you. It's probably emailed you. You get into the disk station manager, it's going to tell you that there's something there for you. Now this one is interesting. So Paul Brereton, Tinkertree.com, gave the news that the Veeam endpoint backup has been released. It's out there. It's done. So I was thinking maybe I should talk to Paul and see if he's willing to come on the show and explain this thing to us. Because I remember I installed it, I didn't like it, and I uninstalled it. And so that was way back in the alpha and beta stage. And this thing will do bare metal backups, even to NAS boxes. So I really would like to take a look at this thing. So I will put a link in the show notes to Mr. Paul Brereton's article about the Veeam endpoint backup, which is free, by the way. Free. You might want to try that out. And if you do try that out, please head to the forums and let me know what you guys think about that. A lot of news from HP. I see a lot of Gen 9 servers. I don't see a Gen 9 microserver. I don't know if I'm the only one. Did I miss something? So we're going to have to throw that out there in the forums and you guys talk about that. QNAP has a 64 terabyte gold NAS.
They just were too envious of the watch.
Right?
See, gold, come on.
You know that rose gold look that everything is going to?
Yeah, looks pretty good.
The new MacBook. Is it a MacBook? The phone, the watch, everything is got a gold option. So these guys have a gold option as well.
64 terabytes.
That's nuts.
That's just stupid.
Stupid amount.
8-bay.
Storage.
Yeah.
Stupid amount of storage. All right, that's going to pretty much wrap things up. If you're interested in hearing anything about the new Surface, there's this podcast called the Surface Geeks, and I've heard those guys have a brand new Surface 3, and they're reviewing it. And if you would like to get your hands on one, block you out, Boston Bomber, you should go over and surfacegeeks.com, check out the review. Got the keyboard.
I did make it down to the local Microsoft store here in Omaha.
Did you get to mess with one?
And I did. I had two. I took a picture of one with another one, and I got to kind of pick them up, move them around, and it's funny. I got there, and they gave me a little bit of attention, and then I stayed. And so one of the gals came back by, and she's like, "Is there anything we can help you with?" And I'm like, "Well, no. I'm really interested in the Surface 3. You know, I said I'm a Microsoft MVP. Oh, you're an MVP." Hey. And so then they started coming over, and man, we just had the best conversation right there at the store, and so we just kind of talked about all the stuff that was going on, and in Omaha it's just a kiosk, so there's not a lot. I mean, it's a big kiosk, but it's just a kiosk. So I got to chat with each one of them, and the gals, when we got done, she was like, "Man, you stayed here for like an hour." And I'm like, "Well, I came down to talk Microsoft. I thought that's what you guys wanted to do." So it was good. It was good to hang out, mess around with it, taught them a few things about it, and
good.
It was a good experience. Got the pen out, wrote some stuff. We talked a bunch about Project Spartan with them when I was there. Not all of them have been trying it, which I'm not surprised. Right? They're not trying Windows 10, but we were messing around. I wish I had brought my Pro, and said, "Hey, let's open this thing up and take a look at it."
Yeah.
And, so it was a good experience.
Good. Yeah, the Surface 3 is I think it's a great device. I mean, I really do. I really do.
Yeah.
And
I don't disagree.
I've been hiding it in plain sight. It's been right back here. You can't see it.
Not a huge fan of the docking station, by the way, and I know why they have it the way they have it. Right, the limitations with the USB and some of those things, but it's
this is not a device I would want to dock anyway.
No, right.
No, it's not a standstill device.
Right. Yeah.
So I got this.
Where I love my Pro 3 in its docking station.
Absolutely. I've got mine right here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's sitting right here, and it's in the docking station.
Here, my dock. Yeah. I'm not hooked up right now on this one.
Right. Right. No, I love the docking station. Goes in and out super easy. Just, I mean, it's great.
Here's the other Pro 3 right there. But I want to show you my keyboard, Jim. If I did a mini review, like a first look on surfacegeeks.com. So I have this nice, cool keyboard.
Yeah, I love that part, man. 21 of 55. That kills me.
Isn't that pretty cool?
That is pretty. Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah, that is pretty. Got the New York launch. Did they do one in LA too?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that kills me. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little jealous.
Try not to drop it. But there she is, right there.
Yeah.
On that pretty logo on the back.
Yeah. No, I like it. I like it a lot.
So she's dark right now. But I'm doing a refresh and battery testing, so I'm not turning it on for you. I got to do.
I do continue, just for the community's sake, I do continue to test Windows 10 on the Surface Pro 3. So not everybody has wanted to upgrade their Surface Pro 3 to Windows 10. I have, and we're at the latest version of it. And man, it's got some oddities to it. But it's fun. Project Spartan is on there. I loaded Project Spartan on my Windows Phone as well, and that's all ready to go. And on the 520, which you can now upgrade to 10,055. No, 51. I think that's right. That's the new phone version. I think. There's so many numbers, Dave. It's hard to keep. They are moving fast, right?
I know it. I was reading chat too. It went from Amazon to razor blades.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of that, you were kind enough to get me the Harry's stuff at Christmas time, and those have been great blades. And Sarah was like, I'm gonna order a new handle, and I'm gonna go to that too. So she's gonna use. We're gonna
looky there.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. I called Harry's, and I was like, I just spent several $100s with you. What are you gonna do for me? So I was trying to, I'm thinking Meetup here, send me some blades.
Yeah.
Let's do something together. So I'm still working with Harry's.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so that's going to be kind of cool. I can say, just look up Jim Collison.
Yeah.
Purchase.
Yeah, we looked, we did some things. I was like, shaving cream's a little expensive, and there's some things that you don't want to necessarily buy from them. But the blades they're great blades and great handles, and it's just for the blades by themselves. I think it's a good way to go. And so we looked at Dollar Shave Club. My sons do that, and that's the dollar's really that's a really crappy. It's not a very good blade for $1. You got to spend $6 to get the right, or I think it's $3, whatever. And it just was super convenient. And so Tim says he's been doing Dollar Shave Club. They're priced very similar. I've liked Harry's stuff, and so no commercial here. It's just that's been a good. That's kind of we're going to cut over to it.
Well, good. I meant to ask you long ago. Yeah, I sent you a gift box. I sent a lot of gift boxes of Harry's.
Yeah, I know. I thank you. It was great.
And I try to be different every year. And I was like,
yeah, you do. You're really good at that, by the way. I mean, that's just I always agree. I'm terrible at it, and you're super good at it.
Awesome. Hey, that's what I need back. That's all I need back. I like that.
No, it's a good deal. So
I don't shave much. I don't. Every 2 days or so. And I just changed the first blade. I bought myself a kit, Jim.
Yeah.
I can't buy these guys a kit and not try it myself. I just switched from the first blade to the second blade in my gift set. Those blades last
They do.
a long time.
They do. Yeah.
Now, I don't have quite the rug that you do to scrape off my face. But I mean, you can notice here. I'm clean shaven this morning. This is a shave this morning. Now the blade of Harry's is different, and that Jim, I know that you and I we've traveled together. You've been to my house. We go to the MVP summits together, and I know the razor that you used to use. I used to use the same one.
Yeah.
Because we would at MVP summit, guys. Don't get the wrong idea. They make you have roommates, so it's either Jim or some other strange person in your room. And so I'm like, is this my razor or is this Jim's?
Exactly.
I'm looking at it. So
exactly the same.
Yeah, we're gonna have the same problem with
Did you get the gray handled? You have the dark gray handled?
Because it was limited.
Yeah.
It was limited.
Put tape around it, or I'll bring my wife's or something.
Yeah. Put a J on yours.
I get about 3 weeks typically out of those disposable razors. I maybe get a week or two out of them before they start going bad. I can go 3 or 4 weeks with a Harry's blade. So. And you know what? They've gone so long. I almost feel bad. I'm like, should I be changing this by now? Because I was used to changing so often, and then it was like, well, no, I'll just do it until it doesn't feel right, and then just pop that blade off and put a new blade in, and I'm 3-4 weeks probably on a single blade.
Now you said that the shave stuff is expensive, and it is, but I really like it. Jim.
And it is good, but at $12 a 6-ounce container. So it's for me that would last about a month. I don't know. There's cheaper options for me.
Yeah. I like the little aftershave lotion.
Oh, the aftershave is dynamite. That's worth it. Yeah, it's $10 for the 4-ounce bottle or something. Totally just a little jot, and totally worth it. I'm hooked on that stuff for sure. Yeah.
So, yeah. So this is a men's show. This is all men here. I'm sorry if you're one of my
haven't tried Harry's
ladies.
A lot of them in chat they're saying Dollar Shave. We mentioned that. That's good too. If you haven't tried Harry's and you get the opportunity, give it a try. It's an interesting experience. I mean, it's premium stuff. It's really, really. I love the Dollar Shave commercials though. Those guys, the Dollar Shave commercials are super creative. If you haven't seen them yet, go out on YouTube and watch.
Funny.
Yeah, they're hilarious.
Funny. Yes. And I didn't think I would be one of those people that would like the Harry stuff. And when I provided gifts, I wanted the elite. I wanted the premium.
Yeah. So
I sent those gifts. And I really like it. And like I said, the blades are different. At first I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way
they're just like Dollar Shave though. Same thing. Long, it's not like a narrow head where the blades. It's a long tipped head that really, you kind of just slides down your face, and it was different too. But you get used to it. I love it.
And the first couple of shaves, I was real tentative about it, and now you can just like slap it on your face and gouge yourself down, and you're like, this thing's great.
It is a great experience. It's just a great. They're kind of flexible and.
So here's what I did. I went on vacation and I went on a cruise ship, and weight is premium to me. I didn't want to bring it, and I loaded my old handle, Jim, and a little plastic case thingy of blades.
Yeah.
So we had one handle for me and my wife, and we had two blades, one for her, one for me. Everything's nice and copacetic. And I got into that cruise ship, and I'm like, oh, this thing's horrible. It was a brand new blade. It was horrible. It wasn't as sharp, and it's the long blades, right? It's like three little blades and the lubrous smooth, orangey, strippy thing. And I was just like, I hate this freaking thing. And so I'm a Harry's convert.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. Thanks. It was good. That was definitely worth the you know.
Lopta said, "Welcome to the Home Shaving Show podcast."
Yeah, well, hey, it's the end of the show, so there's no commercial here. We're just saying
blade servers. Oh,
there you go.
Blade.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
I will put a link to Harry's. If you buy, guys, if you go to Harry's and buy, you just have to tell them in the notes, Dave McCabe, Home Server Show, sent me, and please sponsor his meetup.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Awesome. Hey, that's 280, Jim.
All right.
Everybody, stay tuned. We're gonna have some good shows for you. The schedule is looking good, and we welcome you back.
Lots to talk about, especially on the Surface Geek side. Lots to talk about.
Hey,
yeah, this is great.
Home Server Show. We're gonna be busy. We're gonna be busy this summer.
Yeah.
I want you listening while you mow. I want you listening while you drive to work. So all that kind of good stuff. So get out there and download all those podcasts from thegeeksnetwork.com. And we'll see you here next week, Jim. All right.
I never want to say goodbye because that was always Zadler's thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he always goes, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was his gig.
Bye-bye. So YouTubers, this is the post show, which all that Harry stuff probably could have been post show, but
no, that's okay. We can do it.
I'm sure our guys appreciate that.
The guys who make it to that part of the show are the true community. It's the same awesome guys that are in the chat room, right? They stay out there, they listen, they're doing something else, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're working, they're doing whatever. I don't know. It'd be interesting to know what these guys are actually doing. But they're the same guys. It's the same awesome crowd. And if they've made it that far, they're like, yeah, hey, we'll talk about razors, because it'll come up at the meetup, right? Harry's will come up at the meetup.
It will.
Oh. Yeah, good stuff. Super good stuff.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of pumped about the Echo. I'm not going to lie. I got it today. I was like, And then as we started talking about it, I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I'm kind of glad we talked about Otixo, too, because that's another thing that's super powerful that I took advantage of, but I haven't really used it as much as I probably should. I should probably block some time out to move some stuff around. Let's see, is it Jolt Cloud? Which one? I think it's Jolie Cloud. I think it's Jolie Cloud that has the pie charts. It is. Yeah, Jolie Cloud has the pie charts. They have MediaFire, but they don't have, let's upgrade to Pro. They're a European company, so they're showing me it in the euro, €5 a month.
Cloud HQ. Let me look at these guys. The thing I like about Cloud HQ is you can set up like rules. Oh, crap. Oh, it's Google account.
I wonder how many, so when we think about Zapier, let me go over there. I wonder how many of these services, well, I probably have them all when I was thinking about, moving. Of course, that's...
Yeah, see, these guys let you do syncs. So
right.
It's like a if this, then that kind of thing. And I have a couple of syncs running.
Right.
So let me look cloud accounts. Amazon Cloud Drive isn't here. OneDrive. OneNote. Okay, their OneNote is out of beta. That's good to know. Add cloud accounts in your organization. Oh, Office 365. That's kind of cool. S3, Google Drive, Gmail, Google Contacts, Google Calendar, Dropbox, Box, Evernote, Salesforce, OneDrive, OneNote, SharePoint, Basecamp, Ignite, Amazon Cloud Drive, SugarSync, WebDAV, and Yandex. Yandex. Okay. So I could do it from here too. That's neat.
Zapier doesn't have MediaFire. They have OneDrive. No MediaFire. That's too bad. Pocket, Pinterest.
Oh, they have Pocket? That's kind of neat.
Yeah, they have Pocket. It's brand new.
I wonder how it saves Pocket.
Let's see. Pocket. You can also do much more with Pocket by connecting it to other apps. Oh, no, it's not yet. They're looking for votes for Pocket right now.
Okay. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't use Pocket as much as I probably could.
There are so many of these little services out there now.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I'm sure they just want to get zapped up by one of the bigger ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised. I'd used their $15 plan, and that gives you a whole bunch of zaps and a whole bunch of rules, type things. And I wasn't using it that much, and $15 is quite a bit for an online service like that. So I downgraded. I got it down to 5, which is their free plan, and then I downgraded, and within 3 minutes, and I'm sure this was a zap. 3 minutes, I had an email from the CEO in my box that said, "Hey, we just noticed that you downgraded. Want to make sure we're providing the greatest service that we can, and those kinds of things, and please notify me if there's some way." So I emailed him back. I said, "No, Mark, I just can't," and I'd met him because we'd interviewed him on our show, and so I'd met him before. So I said, "No, I just I got to pay for everything I do, and we do a lot of these things, and I just try to keep them, to try to keep the budget flowing because I can't do them all." And he's like, "Oh, well, that's cool. Well, if you need it for anything, let me know. We'd love to have you back." I thought that's great customer. That's the right way to do these things, to create that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It's good customer service. I'm down to 5 zaps, 5 recipes, so to speak, and then I have 310 kind of clicks a month that I can use. Actions, they call them tasks.
I never did the Zapier. I mean, I remember way back in the day, taking a look at. Taking a look at that, as well as.
Well, what I like about them is they're not free, and that's a sustainable business model where, like, God knows how is If This and That surviving.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right? And it's becoming the center of all things home automation, right? It now integrates with Nest. It integrates with Smart Things. Right? I mean, they're all going to If This Then That. If that thing flushes,
yeah,
you got to think about that. You're like, whoa, So it's one of those things. It's like, do you really want everything to be free? I love that they got a paid option with Zapier, and they have been concentrating in the enterprise space as opposed to the consumer space. So they've been doing a lot of business integration, and then of course that because they're doing that, they're getting business customers who will spend business cash to pay for these things. Where on the consumer side, $5 matters to us, right? It's funny, we talk business. Well, except for you run your own business. But when most people, when they work for an employer and they're like, "Oh, $5, yeah, we don't even think about that, right?"
Exactly.
In fact, it could be $25, and we
spend the man's money.
Yeah, it's somebody else's money, right? And so it's like, "Oh, I'll pay $25," where it's your $25. Holy moly, you better be getting, good service and your
extreme value. Yeah,
yeah, they better be doing it all for you for $25.
I agree. I just went through that little scenario with, I concentrate more on my website backups than I do my home backups now.
Yeah.
And I just went through that scenario with all of my sites. You know, I run five WordPress websites right now, and they're all critical.
Yeah.
I can't have any one of them down. And so I have to have them backed up. I have to have something where I could restore them if I needed to. And it's important. So I'm using a service called Manage WordPress, Manage WP.
Oh.
And I have a dashboard and I can see all of my websites at once. I can see how many plugins are out of date. And then recently, iThemes, a company I used to use a lot, iThemes, sent a security alert and said, you need to upgrade now. You need to upgrade now because we have been, hacked or whatever. And I was just like, that's it. I'm done. I'm done with iThemes. And I just went to my Manage WordPress dashboard and just removed everything out of every single site. And so I'm done with them. So right now I'm looking for a security vendor. And so I need a security vendor, but I have a backup vendor. I'm very happy with my backup vendor.
And are you using their Pro then, their Pro plan?
I was. Oh, no. On Managed WordPress. No,
yeah.
I'm using their free plan.
Oh, okay.
And
they give manual backups. So are you using them?
No, I'm not using them for backups. So that's one of the things I did is I balanced the costs of iThemes, Backup Buddy, my WordPress backup software of choice versus Managed WP. And I threw it all together and I came out with dumping iThemes. I'm going to keep my backup plugin, which is called Back WP Up.
Yeah, that's I think the one. No, I used Updraft. That's the one I use.
And then I'm going to keep Managed WP. I like Back WP Up because I can connect it to my MySQL server and I can pull other databases down and back them up because we have forums.
Right.
So I can pull my forums database from my WordPress install and I can back up that. Honestly, Jim, I could create a WordPress install and just hide it from the rest of the world and have it do backups of all of my other WordPress installs if I wanted to with one license. So it's pretty cool. It's good.
I'm going to try this Managed WP.
Oh,
I buy it for a month. It's $4.
Manage.
I mean, it's 80 cents per website per month.
Let me send you a link. I think I get something.
You gotta. Yeah, I was gonna say if you've got. Go
out to McCabe.io.
Okay.
I know it's out there. Let's see. Affiliate.
Yeah, I'd like to try this. Let's just.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. And I looked at a lot of them, Jim. I looked at several of these services.
Did you do a post on it?
I believe I did. Let's see. Manage. Yeah. Are you still in chat or?
Yes. Yeah, throw it in the chat room.
I'll throw it in the chat room right there.
Anybody else wants to look at it?
That's my post.
You have a link in there?
Yeah, I threw it in.
No, I mean for the.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Let's see what it does.
Oh, so if you have 5 sites or less, it's free.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a.
I'll give the trial a free. I can just download that from the.
Yeah, you get the plan.
Yeah.
You sign up, and then you go to the plugin repository, and you install the plugin.
Yeah. Give that one a spin for sure. That looks super interesting.
Perks? I don't know if it's called. Yeah, I think that was the same one I used. Here, I'll put the affiliate link in the chat room as well.
Oh.
Just I think that's the one I used, though.
That's the one you used?
In that McCabe.io post.
Okay. All right. Let's do that.
6.7. Yeah, it's in my post that I did.
Yeah, I didn't copy the whole thing.
But I wanted to post it because I did. I tried the iThemes sync service.
Right.
Where you can use their backup plugin and it backs up the database to a sync called Stash. So there's they have their own little cloud service, right? So you can use backups there. And you're supposed to be able to go into there and update plugins and do things. And I found it cumbersome and slow. So I started looking around. I found the iControl and I found CMS Commander, and then I found this Managed WP. And I just I like the Managed WP interface. I can see at an instant that I have five plugins that needs updating. I click that and it lists which ones on which sites. And it just so happens to be the Managed WP plugin. They have a Worker Bee plugin that, so I'll just click update and it'll go out there and update all 5 of my sites. And you know how pain in the butt it can be, even with 2 sites, Jim.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I've got a bunch. I have a bunch too. Okay.
Yeah.
You ready?
See you guys. See you, Rennie. Yeah, we're probably going to shut her down right here.
Yeah, sounds good. I got a plugin out of date right there.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it's the Updraft Plus. It's the one. I'm 3 versions. They're on 1.9.63, and I'm on 1.9.60.
And I've thought about upgrading. So I'm at 5 domains. And if you go to professional, which is $2.40 a month. If you go annual, it's $2
right
a month per website. And that gives you scheduled backups, reports, Google Analytics, and things like that. I thought about doing that, but
that's super reasonable.
Yeah, no, it's completely reasonable. I mean, it'd be $10 a month.
Yeah,
and I'm already, I already pay. If you have to figure in what you pay for your software, and I pay for backup software. So there's a monthly fee. I pay for the server. There's a monthly fee. I pay for Cloudflare, which is caching in the cloud and security in the cloud. I pay for that. So hosting's cheap if you're at GoDaddy.
yeah.
And you just want to post a couple of posts. But if you want to host, it costs money. And the MP3s that we store out there, that costs money.
Yes.
If you want to get,
that's the really expensive part.
A good reputable service. Yeah.
Installing it right now.
And the hardest part about it is just getting it going.
Yeah. Let's see. Empty the page cache.
All right, Yahoo YouTube users. I'm going to shut this down. I'll stop the broadcast. That's you got a little extra. Head over to homeservershow.com if you're still watching. We got a great forum there. If you're interested in Surface, we were talking earlier, surfacegeeks.com. If you're interested in home automation, go to homeautomationforums.com. And don't forget the Geeks Network, where you can find Jim, Home Gadget Geeks, and Cyber Frontiers, cybersecurity podcast, and general geekiness podcast. That would be Mr. Jim Collison. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.
See you guys.